everyone, welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to do a makeup look that's inspired by Jennie from BLACKPINK. This photo is actually an ad for Hera and I think she looks so gorgeous and the makeup really brings out her natural beauty. So I decided to recreate it for everyday wear. So first, I'm starting with skincare to create a glowy base. The product that I'm using is the Cosrx Snail Mucin, and this product has exploded all over TikTok for its incredible moisturizing properties and also the ability to give the skin a nice glow. Next, I'm gonna seal it all in with moisturizer from Embryolisse. This moisturizer is apparently a big hit with makeup artists because it creates a nice base for makeup. So I'm just gonna massage this into my face and bring it down to my neck. Can't forget about the lips, so I'm using the Laneige sleeping mask to hydrate my lips and hopefully reduce the amount of dead skin and fine lines on my lips later. Now, moving on to foundation. I'm using the Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk Foundation, which I would say is a light to medium coverage foundation with a dewy finish. The foundation evens out my skin tone and also covers the veins on my face, which I do have quite a bit of it. It also helps to cover a little bit of my imperfections. I'm using my Real Techniques brush to blend out the foundation into the skin, and I really like this brush because it doesn't leave any streaks and it gives a very thin layer all over the face. Now, moving on to concealer. This is the Maybelline Eraser Concealer and I just started using this recently, but I really like it because it dries down so well and it doesn't crease under my eyes. I'm just going to use my fingers to dab it out. Now, I'm using my e.l.f. Halo Glow Filter and this is a product that I have been loving. It's like a liquid highlight but more subtle, so it gives the skin a glow from within look. So the placement of the highlighter is pretty interesting and not something I usually do. Instead of placing the highlighter on my cheekbones, I'm instead going to place it on my forehead, along my nose bridge, and in the center of my face. I thought that was kind of strange, but it actually looks very cute in the photo and it brings out volume and gives a kind of youthfulness to the whole look. Now I'm also going to set my base with my Srichand setting powder and I'm mainly focusing on the perimeters of my face so it doesn't look as shiny. So you know, when you're taking pictures, only the front looks shiny and has dimension, whereas the sides are kind of like matte and shaved down. So I'm also going to set the sides of my nose and the areas where I have placed concealer. I'm using a smaller brush to dab the powder under my eyes. Now let's move to the brows. Jennie has really nice curved brows and mine are naturally straight, so I tried to shave off some hairs to change the shape. I'm using my Uemura Hard Formula pencil to fill in the brow and also draw a more curved shape. Then, I'm going in with my Etude House contour kit and taking a slanted brush and using the lighter shade, I'm going to dab it onto my brows and give my brows a more powdered look and also make them a little bit thicker. Then I'm just going to use the spoolie to give them a little brush to smooth it all out. Finally, I'm going to set my brows with brow gel and try and comb it into the shape that I want. Now, I'm using my 3CE Liquid Eyeshadow Primer to cover up the darkness on my eyelids and hide the veins. This does an amazing job at hiding the veins and you know, you can see the difference in my eyes. And I'm also now going to take the same slanted brush and contour powder and start on my nose contour. So I am working it all the way to the front of my brows. And I'm going to contour along my orbital bone to deepen my eyes slightly. Using the same shadow will make it look more natural. I'm also going to take a tiny brush and place the contour at the end of my eyes and try to lengthen it a little. Because Jennie's eyes are longer and a different shape from mine, so I'm just trying to tweak my eyes a little to give it the same shape. So for Jennie, I think they contoured the perimeters of her face, her forehead and her jaw. This makes her face look slimmer and the jawline more defined. Now I'm going to use another primer on my eyes and this is by Canmake. This primer is great for intensifying glitters. So I'm using this on top of my first primer and placing from my lids until just below the orbital bone. Now while I'm waiting for the primer to dry, I'm gonna go ahead and do the blush. The blush for this look is very special because it looks like they used two colors, orange and pink. It's super cute. So I don't have an orange blush and instead I'm going to use my Canmake Melty Luminous Rouge and dab this directly on my cheeks and then my cheekbones, and blend it out with my fingers. If you do have an orange blush, I think it would look much better because this lipstick doesn't blend that well, but doesn't blend well, but you know, it's not blush. Then I'm taking my 3CE powder blush, and where my orange blush ends, I'm going to connect it and spread it inwards towards my nose and upwards towards my eyes. In Jennie's picture, it looks like they blended the blush into her dark circles. And taking what's left on the brush, I will sweep the blush all over my face and use it to tie the colours in. Now taking my NARS Afterglow eyeshadow palette, I'm using a fluffy brush and I'm going to go in with this orange shade and just give a tiny sweep of colour to my lids. I don't want the colour to show up too much as I want to keep it as natural and as clear as possible. Then for the glitters, I'm going to go in with my McGrath Belle of the Ball palette and go in with this shiny pink shade. Using a small flat brush, I'm going to pat the glitter onto my lids and up to just below my orbital bone, so where we originally put the second primer. I love this glitter because it's super reflective and also just brightens up the eyes. For eyeliner, I'm using my Maybelline waterproof gel liner and a tiny slanted brush to tightline my waterline. So I'm taking this tiny amount and dabbing it in slowly. For this makeup look, the eye should look pure and simple, so I'm doing this to give an illusion of thicker eyelashes while keeping a very clean appearance. Now I'm going to finish up the eyes by curling my lashes with my Shiseido eyelash curler and topping it off with my Peripera Color Cara mascara. I like this mascara because it's not clumpy and it just gives length and separates the lashes, so it gives a nice, clean and simple lash look. This is also in dark brown, so the lashes look a bit hazy, but if I had black, I probably would use black instead to give a more intense look. Now we're almost done, just the last two steps. So taking my Colourpop highlighter, I'm sweeping this all over the areas where I placed the e.l.f. Halo Glow filter before, such as my forehead, my nose bridge and the center of my face. Now for my lips, I'm taking a concealer brush and some concealer to blur out the outline of my lips. Then I'm taking my Rom&nd gloss and placing this in the center of my lips and using a small brush to blend it out towards the concealer and create the lip shape that I want. I did this step several times until I got the intensity that I liked. And finally, I finished it all off with my Urban Decay setting spray and I'm done. What do you think of this look? Thank you guys so much for joining me and let me know if you like it, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!